This week we're looking at moments in life when it's very important that you not wait, that you don't hesitate. Moments in life where it's important that you act quickly, that you act decisively, that you do something now, that you take action. In James chapter 1, verse 19, remember James, he was the half-brother of Jesus. He grew up in the same home as Jesus. He watched his big brother teach and perform miracles. And eventually James came to the conclusion that his big brother was the Savior of the world. And one day, as James was leading a church, he was writing a letter to his church, and he said this: "Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters, you must be quick to listen, slow to anger and slow to speak, but quick to listen." So one of the moments of life where you need to act decisively, move quickly, and do it immediately is the act, the art, the gift, the skill of listening. Listening doesn't come naturally to most of us because what does come naturally is speaking. We want to be heard. In fact, it's a great human need for each one of us to be heard. And we have conditioned ourselves with the invention and the addiction of social media. We've conditioned ourselves to make sure that above all things we are heard, that we get our opinion out, that when somebody says something, we make sure we comment. When somebody says something smart, we agree. When somebody says something we think is dumb, we make sure we tell them why. We need to be heard. So we are conditioned to always get our voice out. But James is saying do the opposite. James is saying in your interaction with people, he's specifically speaking about people you love. In those relationships, as you interact, slow down the speaking, slow down trying to get your voice out, slow down trying to make sure everybody knows what you think. Slow that down, and instead be quick to listen. Be the first person to listen. It doesn't come naturally for us, but it is a skill that you can develop. It takes practice and it takes time. And one of the things you have to do is learn to listen without trying to formulate a response to what they're saying, because you're not really listening, you're thinking about what you want to say. To listen is to clear your mind, to clear your agenda, to clear your opinion, and just take in what they're saying, whether you agree or disagree. Whether you think it's smart or not smart, it doesn't matter, but to listen. And listen to more than words. Listen to intent, listen to motive, listen to hurt, listen to brokenness, because those are the roots where words grow. So listening is something that you can be really good at if you make the choice to be a good listener. Listening takes time, it takes intent, it takes compassion, and it takes the ability to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. We live in a world where we are told if somebody disagrees with you or doesn't think like you or doesn't act like you, then they are dumb and you're to write them off or argue with them or tell the world why they're so stupid. That's not listening. Listening looks at somebody who says something you disagree with and tries to understand why you would say that. What is the perspective behind that? What's your background? What's your experience? Where did this come from? If we as Jesus followers would be more quick to listen and more slow to speak, we would create an environment, we would create a culture where people feel heard and don't need to be heard, don't need to force their voice because somebody is already listening. One thing I know about you is you want to be heard. You want people to listen, and not just to your words, but to the heart behind your words. And if that's something you want people to do for you, guess what? Well, James would say, you must be quick to listen. So today, you're going to have lots of opportunities to speak up, lots of opportunities to insert your voice, lots of opportunities to make sure you are heard. What if we put as much effort today into taking the opportunity to listen, to be slow with our mouth, but quick with our ears? I guarantee you, if you do, you will develop the skill and you will create a culture where people feel loved, valued, and heard. So my dear brothers and sisters, understand this. You must be quick to listen. See ya.